There's a universe inside of you. Can I?
Hey guys, it's Kiara aka Style Omelet, and I am finally back with a video. I know it's been like hella long, but we're here and it's happening. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about my journey on moving to LA, give you guys some tips, tell you what I did, give you a couple of do's and don'ts, and just some advice, because I get a lot of people that ask me, you know, how did you do it? Or is it hard? Is it easy? Blah, blah. So yes, that's what this video is going to be all about. So keep watching. So I wrote a list of what we are here to talk about so that I can stay on track. But first, I wanted to give a little backstory. Back in November of 2016 is when I decided I'm going to move to LA. So I was a senior in college and I was trying to decide between New York and LA, and I chose LA because I had already lived in New York for 4 months and I didn't want to experience the cold because that's all I know is snow and all 4 seasons, and I'm like, I want somewhere that's going to be hot. So I chose LA. Yeah, so November 2016 I decided in August of 2017 is when I'm going to move to LA. So that was a good 9 months of figuring it out, saving, just getting my life together before I moved. That's going to be our segue into saving money. People always ask me how much do you or should you save before you move to LA, and it's no set amount, because a lot of people are like, oh well, I feel like I have to save this amount of money before I can go, or I don't have enough money to go. But just like, if you have that kind of mindset, you're never going to leave. Like, you can never save enough money. Even if you save $20,000, that's still not enough. Like, you're always going to be like, I can save more, I can save more, I can save more. So you kind of just got to say, forget it, I'm about to just save whatever I can save and move. Like, some people can move out here with $100 to their name. Me, no. I could never do that. So my original goal was to save $3,000 before I moved here. And I just kind of randomly came up with that number. Like, I watched a couple of videos about how other people moved here and how much they saved, but I don't know, it's just kind of up to you. So I set my goal at $3,000, but then by like March, I had saved $3,000 already, and mind you, I'm not moving until August. So I'm like, okay, well, I already reached my goal, so let's just up it to $3,500. So like every month I just kept upping it and upping it and upping it. And I'm like, you know what? Let's say $5,000. So I changed my goal to $5,000. And altogether I had saved approximately like $6,000 before I moved out here. So I moved here with like $5,000 to $6,000. And like I said, you can save more than that if you can. You can save less than that. That's just, like I said, my original goal was $3,000. So I was just like, let's just keep on saving and see how much we can get. So pretty much, you just need to make sure you have enough money for a deposit on an apartment, food, living, any extra stuff that might come your way, like any random expenses, emergencies, like just think all that kind of stuff. So I can't really tell you how much you should save. I just know that's how much I saved. So as far as work, before I moved, I was working at Nordstrom. So I'm just like, that's the easy retail job to transfer. So I transferred my Nordstrom job to California. Now mind you, before I moved here, I didn't even know where I was going to live. I didn't have an apartment set up. I didn't have anything set up. So I'm just like, I know the area I want to live in. So I'm just going to transfer my job somewhere close to that area, like a good central area. So I was working at Nordstrom in Beechwood Mall in Cleveland, Ohio, and I transferred it to the Nordstrom in Glendale at the Americana. So I did that. That was pretty easy. So my tip to you is, if you're moving here, is if you can, to transfer your job if your job is transferable. So just transfer it on out here, and that'll be even easier because you'll have a set job already in place, ready to go. Next is my car. People ask me a lot, do you need a car? Is it better to Uber or public transportation? I need a car. I don't know how to operate without a car. I've had a car since I was 16, so I would prefer to have my own ride and have my own situation, leave when I can, or I mean leave when I want to, come when I want, go when I want. So I had already planned to ship my car because I'm not driving my car across the country. I have a nice little 2005 Toyota Camry, and she's in good condition, but I'm just like, I'm not equipped to drive that many hours, and she's not equipped. We're just not. We're too bougie. No, but yeah, I don't like driving 30 minutes, let alone 2 days across the country. So I said I'm shipping my car, and luckily I got my car shipped as a graduation gift, so I didn't have to come out of pocket. But a part of my savings, I did save for my car getting shipped, just in case I had to pay for it myself. I had it in my savings to pay for it. So from Cleveland, Ohio to California, my shipment cost close to $1,200. So depending on your state, it could be cheaper, it could be more. I use the website called uship.com, and it's pretty much like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like you kind of auction off your car, but not. I don't know. Pretty much it's like companies can bid on shipping your car, and then you can just pick like the lowest price or the people with the best reviews. There's just a whole bunch of companies on there. So I would kind of do my research on uship.com because that's what I did. And I ended up choosing the company called Montway, I believe. If you go back to my vlog on, I actually vlogged when I moved here, so you can see me shipping my car and everything. But yeah, so it cost almost $1,200. I think it took about 5 to 7 days to, once they picked it up, I think it took 5 to 7 days to get to California. And I had it shipped out to my cousin's house. And my cousin lives about an hour and a half, 2 hours from here without traffic. So that's far. If you live in LA, you know without traffic, if that's an hour and a half to 2 hours, you already know with traffic it's like 3 hours. So she lives pretty far. So that's gonna go into the next topic of where did I live, or how did I figure that out? So when I moved here in August, I didn't have anywhere to live. But well, I was staying with my cousin, but I didn't have my own place. I was looking at places on, I used Zillow, I used a couple roommate apps to find a roommate. I ultimately ended up using Facebook to find one of my roommates. And then we were kind of, the girl I found on Facebook, we were kind of going back and forth trying to figure out like how are we going to find an apartment? We need to move in ASAP. Then it really came down to it's hard to apartment search when you're not here. So I'm in Cleveland, Ohio trying to apartment search, and how you gonna search when you can't go there and look? It's just really hard to do that. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just move out there, give myself about 2 weeks to figure out where am I gonna live. So I stayed with my cousin for, I think, just about 2 weeks, maybe like a little over 2 weeks. But it took me about 2 weeks to figure out where I was gonna live. So like I said, I ended up, I found my friend on Facebook. There's a Facebook group called Women of LA. I don't know. I'll link it below. But it's a Facebook group, and it's pretty much only for women in LA that are either looking for a roommate or that have a place and they need the room to be filled. So it's safer, I feel, than to use Craigslist. Because I feel like Facebook is more legit. You can kind of do more research on people through Facebook. So that's how I found my roommate. So I was just like, you know, I'm just going to wait till I go to California, look for my place there, so I can actually see the place, make sure it's legit, because it is a lot of scammers. Be careful, because somebody did try to scam me through one of those roommate apps. So just be careful with scammers. Once I got here, me and my old roommate met up for the first time, because like I said, we met on Facebook. So we met up for the first time and viewed a couple of apartments together, and they were far. I think we were looking at like Sun Valley. Mind you, I'm not from here, so I'm like, I don't know where to look, but Sun Valley was far as hell, and it was hot up there. It was too far. So we ended up kept actively looking on Zillow, Facebook, wherever we could look to find a place to stay. So then in the midst of that, my friend Ricky from college, which she's been on my channel before, she was kind of in between where she wanted to move after graduating college. So she was like, well, I think I'm gonna move to LA. So she said this like a couple months before I moved, and I was like, okay, I would love that because, you know, I'm moving to LA. But she was like, I don't know when, and I'm not sure yet. So then, like a couple of weeks before I moved, she's like, okay, I'm definitely moving to LA. And I was like, oh, cool, we can be neighbors. But like I said, she still wasn't like completely sure when. So then, the way God works, the timing was just perfect that she was like, well, I'm gonna move. I think she moved like going into the second week of September. And I was like, well, cool, because we're trying to find somewhere to fit us in around that time. So it was perfect. So I had one girl who I met off of Facebook, and then I had Ricky. So it was 3 of us total. So I was like, perfect, because we needed a third person because 2 bedrooms are expensive and 3 bedrooms is like right in my price range. So I'm like, that's perfect, 3 bedrooms, 3 roommates, cool. So that's how I got my third roommate, which is my college buddy, Ricky. And me and her are still roommates today. So me and the girl, the roommate I met on Facebook, we were just like searching for apartments, and it's a struggle because they have a lot of requirements and a lot of BS and small apartments and expensive apartments, and it's just a lot. So one day we were on Zillow and I found this place, and I'm like, this place just popped up on Zillow. It's perfect price, perfect location, 3 bedroom, in my price range. Like, this is lit. So we literally called them up and said, like, can we come visit it or come view the apartment ASAP? So they got us in that day, or either that day or the next day, I don't remember. But so that's the place I live now still. I've been here over going on 2 years. Yeah, the place was like perfect price. Everything looked good, and this place was newly renovated, so everything was like fresh, new. It was just perfect, and the price range was perfect. So I know some people are asking like, what was your budget? Our budget was to find a 3-bedroom apartment under $2,500. So that was our budget, and that's what this place is. So yeah, as far as housing, just to sum that all up, as far as housing goes, it's very hard to look for housing when you're not here, because you need to be able to be here to look at the place, to get a feel for who's the owner. Are they legit? Are they going to be scamming you? What's the neighborhood like? Because that's important too. What's the parking? Parking is terrible. Do they give you a parking spot? Oh, child, it's a lot. I'm stressed just thinking about that. Let me go on Instagram because I put up a little questions poll situation thing. Okay, so somebody asked, does it feel safe? Where I live, I feel very safe. Like, I tell people that all the time. I live in East LA, so it's like, the city is technically called Lincoln Heights, but it's where I live is very family oriented. It's a lot of kids. Like, all of our neighbors, like next door, across the street, they all have kids. They have parties all the time. The little kids be turned. And I live like close to a school. So it's not the suburbs, but it's not the city, but it's close to the city. I don't know. It's a cute little area. It's inexpensive. I like it. Someone said, how do you like living there? I love it. I love it. Obviously, it has its cons and its pros. The cons, traffic, terrible. Everything you ever heard about LA traffic is true, times 10. It's awful. Like, something can be 5 miles away, but could literally take you 45 minutes to get there. Like, it's terrible. So, what else is a con? The price. Yes, it's as expensive as everyone says it is. Like, gas is hella expensive. Whenever I go home, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish our gas was $2 and whatever cents. Don't get me started on that. What other cons? I can't think of any like major cons besides that. The pros are the weather. It's hot most of the time. Except these past couple months, it's been raining a lot. I don't know what that's about. I didn't like that. But I mean, I guess we need it because all the wildfires and stuff, the plants be hella dried out. So they need the rain, so okay, that's fine. But other than that, like, it's normally pretty sunny. It doesn't really get under 50 degrees during the daytime. Like in the winter time, that's like the coldest it's gonna get is like 50. What other pros? There's a lot of jobs in my field. I moved out here to pursue dance, and I also went to school for fashion merchandising. So also to pursue fashion. So it's plenty of fashion jobs, it's a lot of dance jobs. So I feel like this is the city for me to be in because I'm in like the entertainment, creative industry. So I love that because I definitely couldn't really dive deep into my dreams back in Cleveland because there's just not a lot of opportunities. What else did they ask? Is it worth all the money? Yes and no. For me, it's worth it because, like I said, the jobs that I'm interested in, they're all here. Now, if you're not really in the entertainment industry, you're not in the creative industry, or like LA is not the place where it's like you must move to LA to pursue whatever career, I would not move here. Like if you about to just be, I don't know, some regular ass job, like I don't even know what a regular, like if you want to be an accountant or something, I wouldn't move to LA. It's too expensive. Like you can literally be an accountant anywhere. Like a job where you can have that job anywhere, I would not move here because it's just too expensive. Like you might as well just live somewhere cheaper and save all your money and live in a bigger house or, you know, have nicer things. Because here it's like, if I was making the amount of money that I've made here back at home, girl, I would be living luxuriously. Like I would have so much money, but it's like here the cost of living is higher. So it's like minimum wage is higher here, but it's still not enough. Which brings me into the question, what did somebody ask? How much should you be making to be able to survive? I don't know. That depends on you, on how you spend your money, what kind of lifestyle you live. But definitely, let me tell you this, minimum wage job is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. Like when I first moved here, I think Nordstrom was minimum wage. But at Nordstrom, I worked off commission. So I made more than the minimum wage from my commission. But other than that, all my other jobs have been over minimum wage, and it's still like you can't do too much because these bills. So you gotta make more money than minimum wage. Like if you have a minimum wage job, you need a side hustle, or you need 2 jobs or you need to live with your parents. I don't know. Wow, y'all. So my video just cut off on me with no warning. Thank you. I don't even know where I left off at. I think I was just talking about minimum wage is not enough. Minimum wage is not enough. It's not enough to get you through life. So yeah, just have a side hustle and have that savings account on bulk at all times. Also ask me about what's the cheapest neighborhood to live in, or what neighborhood should you live in. Here's the thing. With people wanting to move to LA, I want you to do thorough research, okay? I did thorough research before I moved here. So that means don't just hop up in somebody's DM and say, I want to move to LA. Give me every single tip. Like, give me the freaking cheat code. No, don't do that. Ask questions that are smart, you know? So as far as neighborhoods and where to live, I can't really tell you where to live because I don't know what you do for a living, or I don't know what your goal is. So, like if you're into dance, then I can say live in NoHo. If you're into fashion, I can say you can live where I live, which is East LA, or downtown, or like Chinatown area. You can live there, but it's just like, I don't know every single career. I only know the careers I like and where they are. So you have to do that kind of research. Like if you're if your job is closer to Hollywood, then maybe you should live closer to Hollywood. Or if you have a car and you don't mind commuting, then maybe you can live farther out and it'll be cheaper. So it's just like stuff like that. I can't tell you. You have to do your own research about that. But like I said, where I live, it's affordable. I live in Lincoln Heights. But it just depends on the property and the landlord and what they charge. Because it's places around here that can be expensive, and then there's places in like Hollywood that you might come up on a gem and it might be really inexpensive and really nice. So that's like I say, when you're thinking about moving here, you literally just have to come here and apartment hunt. Even if you have to fly in for a couple days and then go back home, or if you have the luxury like I had where I had someone to stay with while I apartment hunted, that's your best bet. Because trying to do it over the computer, and like you can search for apartments online, but it's just like you need to be able to see it. You need to know what the neighborhood looks like, what the parking looks like. Is it close to a freeway? You need to know that kind of stuff. Especially when it comes to your job, like how far is the commute from here to my job, with traffic, without traffic, just stuff like that. Oh, and someone asked me, what's the first step to relocating? Sticking to it, deciding you're about to do that shit, like just doing it. Because so many people are like, how did you move and what did you do? Like, you literally just gotta wake up and be like, you know what, I'm moving. That's it, period, I'm moving. Because if not, you're just gonna keep letting people's negativity and doubts, and they're just gonna put that shit on you. And it's just like, just because you're not brave enough to move here doesn't mean I'm not brave enough to move here. And then it's just like, just do it. Just do it. Just literally say, you literally have to have a date. Just be like, okay, July of 2020, I'm moving. And then just work from there. Like I said in the beginning, I decided November 2016 that I was going to move here in August. So I said that's 9 months to save as much money as I can, to figure out what I'm about to do when I get there, to figure out where I'm going to live, to figure out a roommate. Like, you have to give yourself time. But like I said, don't wait too long, because a lot of people are saying, oh, well, I want to make sure it's enough money and I want to save enough money. Like, do you know how long it's going to take you to try to save $10,000? Like, now mind you, if you have a good job, you can save that with quickness. But, or shit, even $5,000 or $6,000. Some people might not be able to do that. Like I said, you just have to know you. I know how I am. I don't like to be broke. I don't like to struggle. So I'm like, I want to have more than enough. So if I thought $3,000 was enough, I want to save even more than that. So that way, I'm not ever going to be like, oh, I don't know, blah, blah, and this is too much, and I don't have enough money. So that's how I'm just like, just save more than you need. Definitely have enough for your, for when you get your apartment, you're going to need a deposit. So definitely have enough saved for your deposit and first month's rent and all the utilities. You got to think, literally, you got to write all that stuff down, like, what's my budget, and then multiply that by like 3. I don't know. You gotta do some real math to figure out your budget, and just know, be honest with yourself. Be honest with the kind of lifestyle you live, with your spending habits. If you know you spend a lot of money, you might need to save a little bit more. And you gotta be a little more strict. Because, child, when I was saving, I was literally like, my budget was tight. I was like, if you know me, you know I love to go out to eat. That budget was tight. I still went out to eat, but I couldn't go every week or multiple times a week. We had to go to happy hour where it was like deals, and I needed a coupon or something. So, yeah, that's just the gist of LA. The people here, the people are cool. Because a lot of people are like, LA people are fake, which a lot of them are, but it's the company, you are the company that you keep. So if you're fake, you're going to attract fake people. If you're a good person, most likely you're going to attract good-hearted people. So I feel like the people I've met here so far, I don't know a lot of people, or I don't have a lot of friends yet, or still, but the people that I do connect with, they're like me, they're genuine people, and I feel like, yeah, so I haven't really ran into too many people that are like, oh, these are fake people, because I just don't. I see people when I'm out and about, like, trying to flex like they're a celebrity, but they're really not. But I don't know them, so they not my friends. I don't care. Live your life how you live it. But yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna talk about today. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If I missed some questions, or if you want me to talk about any other topics, just leave them down below in the comments. And I want to try to get out more videos this year because I don't know what happened. I just kind of fell off. So this year I really want to get into recording more videos for you guys and answering questions about LA, dancing, fashion, whatever I can help with, I will try to help with and give you guys guidance on that as much as I can. But make sure you do your research first. Okay, I can't give you the cheat code. I don't have all the answers. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys stay tuned for my next video. Bye!